like reading hotel reviews again, and reading hotel reviews, debating, trying to make plans to leave, and it's the same issue with the bed. And so I just want to document and make sure everyone knows, like, I tried my best every single day, and my parents are fully responsible, and they've been lying this entire time. So it's just gonna look like, it's gonna be crazy to look back on when people can just look at me and like watch these videos and be like, yeah, this dude is just being honest and telling the truth. Like, I had no option there because of the financial, and then like to actually watch Bitcoin just skyrocket and me be right again. And then I didn't have the funding to invest, and then I had to just sell the little bit I did make for being smart back then. It's just crazy what these people did to me. My parents should be in prison for the rest of their lives, and that would be such light because they didn't even have to pay for anything their entire lives. But yeah, basically, I've learned the lesson to not get worked up and get so angry and just lose it, because that was the only I mean, it all makes sense why I got trapped in that cycle. And then it got to the point where it's like literally every single day inundated. So there's literally no way to escape or deny. There's literally no way to deny anything. It's the same thing. Basically, the same thing my parents did to basically beat it through my head that my parents can never be trusted. Like, they're demonic people. And that's been proven to me relentlessly. So basically, every time I've debated leaving, and today in particular, I think I would have been better off had I just been able to get some sleep, which is part of the whole issue for me. I'm someone who was sleep deprived and forcibly sleep deprived all the way back when I was very young. And my parents were never held accountable for that either. I mean, it's like, just deny it forever, just like everything else. These things have severe impacts on people. Like, sleep deprivation is huge. Obviously, it's a form of torture. And then you just combine the things like I've lived through. That was one of the first things they did to me. And then combine it like with force, like combined it with like no sleep all the time, combining with going to school and being forced to like work and like get up at 5 in the morning and do whatever. It's just insane. But the point is, I have to just say again about the bed thing, and then I'm reading reviews, and then it's like mixed reviews about the different hotels, and like, where do I go? If I can't bring the bed, I'll be settling again, and then it's just gonna be predictably too painful, right? Okay, so for me, I have to think so diligently about every detail, or else I get screwed anyway. And basically, I have to just accept that I'm getting screwed either way, and I'm not even getting a choice to bring my bed anywhere. If I can move, even if it's temporary for a couple days, I have to just take the chance. I mean, it's settling and compromising to a degree I can't really afford anyway if I can't bring the bed. So then I have to go to even more levels of acceptance and then plan for that stuff, and Meanwhile, every day I kept finding new ways to keep it going and keep hoping for, ways to keep surviving and having a plan for future. But every day it's the same things being hammered in that I'm not getting a chance, and my parents are just evil as can possibly be. That's beyond my comp. I had no idea how evil they are. Like it got now. I'll never ever forget. I'll never be able to excuse a single thing ever again. So in that way, I'm grateful to have had everything hammered in to the point where I can't ever deny a single thing or excuse a thing for them ever again. And I did it for so many years. I actually did excuse my parents, and like it's so twisted. Like it's that twisted where like they had me actually like, yeah, they had me in that way where it was like that like sort of like abusive thing where like you're like you feel like you have to like defend your parents even if like I I can critique, but then like if anyone else, there's still that like weird like thing. Uh, but then I just make me think about that like weird like abusive type thing that happens with people sometimes. Like that, I can definitely see that happen with me to an extent for a long time too. But then, anyway, um, I'm just making sure I document and express myself all I can and uh, keep things up to date. It's something I don't think people can understand the bed thing and like how fragile the stuff, the pain and stuff I deal with, all the different things. If That's why this has been so difficult, like for me, and I've had to. Uh, I did make. It sucks that it's the weekend now, and then also today. Usually on Sundays, it's like not noisy and stuff. But the last like 3 days, these people below me have been insanely noisy and like screaming, and kids like running. Just tons of. Uh, and then the rumbling, like the washing machine is on all the damn time. But it could just be the car parking because it's a crazy place. Because the car engines alone, just starting up in the parking lot, shake my entire bedroom the whole time. It never made any damn sense. And I was telling my parents this stuff the entire time I lived here. I begged these people, help me leave so I can stop being forced in this place where there's no peace and quiet. There's nothing that I can possibly do. I had a job with recording music. I couldn't even do it here. Like, it's crazy what they put me through. My parents tortured me for no reason. And then this goes back, and then you think about all the different forms of torture these people put me through in all the nuanced ways. And then they would still deny it, and then they say they wouldn't. And then they say, I don't know what abuse is. And they say, this. This is the problem. This is why there has to be acceptance. Completely. Complete acceptance. Because I've been correct the whole time. It's been spot on, accurate. And I'm getting even better and better and better every day. It's like spot on. Stand on everything. Proven to me every second of every day. So they can't ever take that from me. They're fucked, basically. But either way, I live or die, I documented what happened. My parents can lie all they want. Like, there's no excuses here. Like, it's insane. They could be like, oh, blah, 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 I did this. Like, it's not what happened at all. They're like true psychopaths. I don't know. I think that the like people again, like they throw out the word narcissist, but like I think that they're like legitimate, like true narcissists, where do not, they don't have a single valid care for me. Like that, it's not like they're not capable of it. They only have their own feelings. They only have their own, like, it's only selfishness. It's the most bizarre thing. To this day, it's so weird. So then the plan for me was to go. I was thinking I'd go to the hotel by Friday because that's usually when it usually gets even worse with the noise over the weekend. And then again, I'm debating the damn bed thing. And then it's like, can I just have some way, somebody's got to help me organize a way that I can bring my bed and be somewhere I can just be at peace with privacy and no excess noise for just a couple days. That's all I asked this entire time. That's all I asked. And I couldn't leave here every day. I mean, I'm just a testament. And I'm just literally just say what is the whole time. But it is powerful to stand on everything and not ever have to question or fear anything. There's only standing on my words and being who I am. It's the one thing I get out of all of it. I get to be authentic until I die. And that's something most people don't do. What else am I saying before I stop this for now? Hey, hello. I didn't know if anyone was here. Hi, Joshua. Hi, C58. Thank you for the sorry. I mean, that's, I don't know. Let's see. What else do I have to note while I'm talking here? Let me think. That's the thing also, like the moment, like as soon as I stop the video, I'm gonna be like, damn it, there's so much stuff I gotta say. I mean, ultimately, it's so basic. It's like, I can't believe I said all this stuff. It was just like basic to anybody with like a soul. They would have just helped me. Like any family with like a soul. It just showed there's like no heart in those people. They're if there's evil, that is evil. There's evil in those people. But yeah, it's not something that like surprises me or anything. Anyway, what the I gotta there's still some points I wanted to just note. I know that I'm forgetting really, and I wanna make sure I get this stuff noted. Hmm. Well, shit. And at the same time, I'm still getting like triggering myself slightly by having the camera on, but it's not too bad. It depends. Like earlier in the day, typically I tend to have like a little bit more issues with that. Although at the same time, it can be worse later if I have more pain. So there's so many components involved. When I was younger, that's one of the things my parents used to do also. I'd take advantage of the fact that it would be so confusing and overwhelming, and I'd be in so much pain that it would be hard to even think, hard to breathe, hard to think. And then that's one of those things, like, I think it's like the degree of abuse, and it's so much worse than what I ever knew. Like, I didn't even know. Like, it's so, it's so bad. I was like in such a psychological trap that I couldn't even be like, I don't know, it's just so much more twisted. It's always so much more twisted than I even knew. How did I believe them so many times after they kept doing it already? How did I keep trusting them and giving them more chances? That stuff's crazy to me. But then it's like, of course, because I literally didn't have any options. Like other people had options. They could go work, they could use their body. Like my parents are so twisted. They stole that from me like so early. Then they denied it all. They blamed me. Then they did even worse. And while I'm taught, it's like so bad I can't even speak. I'm always bombarded and overwhelmed with like 100 more pieces to it that are like even darker that I can't even speak on. So that's why it's like I literally didn't even talk on. I don't know how much of the percentage of things I never even actually got to talk about speaking on because it's so dark. It's so crazy this shit, and no one would ever even believe you anyway. This is the kind of world that we live in, though, and that has to be like you wouldn't even know unless it happened to you that this kind of stuff happens all the time. That's why for the people that like that's the kind of thing. It's like the world's so twisted. There's like, um, that so much is in the darkness that just people that don't even know about. It's even it's so twisted. There's so much stuff like that. Like all the different like sex rings and shit like that, and like pedophilic type stuff that goes on. I think it's way more than people realize. I just think like all the different like what was I wanted to just note the damn stuff. Now I'm getting even like further off of my point, but it's okay. As much as it's difficult every day, it's good to be reminded and not escape it in some way. Like my brain is so good at finding ways, even and not using drugs or anything, but like literally like finding every possible nuanced degree of anything and finding another and keeping going. Because I trained myself to do this. And I don't think there's very many people that have the same resilience and strength to them. Then you look at the degrees of strength and shit that I've accomplished that other people couldn't do. You think about like all the different like things with. There are so many examples of things that I did with my human determination and body and resilience that most people could never do. It's just, but then there's still no recognition for anything, and there's like, this is a world where like they put the people that are like the most incompetent and ignorant and underdeveloped on a pedestal, and then they just like deny the people that actually have. It's just nutty. And then there's people that have, and there's people that would appear like the same. That's my biggest thing. People that appear the same that aren't, and it drives me nuts. And then the people that pretend to be something that are glaringly, obviously fake to me, but a lot of people couldn't see. And then it seems like the world wakes up to things like 10 years after, like they should. Everything is behind. I'm like always ahead of time, and then still I didn't get any power or control, even though I was right and farther and ahead of everybody else forever. But now I'm going on a rant again and getting emotional. I'm going to take 1 minute again and take a breath and then come back to this again. And I'll leave on this note if I can't add anymore. But I think ultimately the point I made the point about the bed and the situation I'm in. It's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious. And, but it's not that complicated, really. I just imagine had I not had to have those same triggers, like that's why, and it's actually like a sad thing that a hotel could be like this like magical heaven type thing in comparison. Just a hotel for like a day or two. That's crazy. That bad. And then I couldn't even get there because of the bed situation. Nobody cares or even that could help. I found people that actually could help me, and then they just didn't. Like there's like rich girls that like message me and like flying around traveling and stuff. Dude, I met these people. I met all types of people right? And most people don't have money, and I understand, but they're, oh my God, the people that always could have easily helped, they don't ever help. Why is it always those people that I know have tons of money too? They don't give a crap. And the world is designed to be this certain way. That's why I'm not even a normal person, because you're not supposed to push so hard or be uh, on one. It's hard for me because I can't make an absolute statement that way. It's more nuanced. It's the problem with everything to me. In order, I like things to be accurate and precise, and people like to speak in absolute, simple statements when it's not. That's not the truth of the world. And since that's the way it is, it requires a lot more energy and time to speak on things. And I could just imagine if I just had this focus and I could actually just speak like this and continue, and I had the energy. Imagine what I could do. It's like, I'd have to be inundated with things and being distracted, and I couldn't even get a break. But in the future, when all this is over, then all this will make perfect sense to everyone that can analyze the whole thing, though, at least. Or it won't. It doesn't matter. It's all accepted anyway. Like, I've played everything through my head possible for years and years. I've been accurate about way too much. I've been proven correct how many times? And my parents are never held accountable. The roots of all the pains, all the problems, me being proven correct should have control and power now, like fully. Not any of this bullshit where I'm still settling and being tortured by the day in these weird ways. Yeah, I mean, it's inarguable. It's indefensible. It's been so for so many years. And I'm so glad that, like, at least I'm reaching, like, a point of full acceptance every day consistently. And I can do this every day, at least. At least there's that. Because no one can take that from me. And I've proven this time and time. It's just, yeah. I know that my parents don't have that anymore. So that's one thing I have. And they cannot take, that's not going away. So they're screwed with that. Like, whether I'm dead or alive, that I'm like somebody's worst nightmare in terms of like being, I'm like an honest man that stands on the word. I mean, that's why my parents would be screwed if this was like a public thing and like people actually knew and understood like the real context and how deep it goes, how many years I've been fighting for, like, by myself alone. But there's no way to, like, yeah, there's I said I was gonna take a minute and breathe, and like, that's the degree of, I mean, it's all just a testament, of course. That's the thing. So if I would wait till next Friday, it's like, man, that's way too long of a wait, though. And then the settling to go to a hotel and not have the bed and predictively have the same pains that are going to be unbearable. I'm not going to get proper sleep. I need that sleep. Like, I gotta think about all these things. Understand? These things matter. It's my whole life, like, my parents just, yeah, we'll just deny it. Just say, no, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter to us. That's the whole mentality my whole life. Like, they don't feel it. They don't care. They just deny. All of reality, all of context, every single detail that's been here. I am laying on my side. This puts the pressure, more pressure on the cheek. I'm looking to bend even more. It's like, how are we doing? I'm fully aware of every single aspect that is in. And then it's like, well, I'm not even going to go into explaining why I have to be on the side right now. It's like I can go into further context more and more deeper. By now, it's like I've already done, well, whatever. We don't need to do, this is, the reasoning, the explanations, like, I don't have to fucking do whatever you want to do. I will do this, and I will stand on my words and document it and be true until I'm done. So thank God that I can actually do that. And yeah, for me, it's that's one of the things I really do value about this. So they can't fuck with that. You know, it's these bitches under me making noise again. Still, so I just wanted one day. I beyond all the noise and stuff. I think there is certainly a thing with like energies and being around certain people, and like this whole time I was like in this area and I was around these different neighbors and stuff, and regardless of the noise is so bad anyway. Who knows with energies or not, if that's like how impactful that would be, if that's a legitimate thing or not. Well, I'm sure there is something to that. But yeah, the noise alone should have been just obvious. It would be for anybody, but of course not my parents. They're evil. Evil people. I get self-backing. Damn it. Imagine. I can just imagine. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, God. Wait, I didn't just put it on. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that they're not this. I don't think it was low enough to show anything. But anyway, yeah. And I was just thinking, yeah, how cool it would be. I could actually, if I actually could interact without all this stuff going on, and then I could be like spreading positive energy and helping teach people things that are of value, and it'd be really cool actually. We could actually have good times, do something that's actually like worthwhile. And that would be dope. And I could actually, yeah, it would be something I could do that would be positive, a positive benefit for people. Um, it's like, what a shame. It's all still being stolen. Like, I could still do, I could still do that to some extent if I just am not, like, completely distracted and in, like, forcibly stuck in, like, states of pain and shit unnecessarily. It's insane to have to deal with. Like, it would drive anyone nuts. Like, I'm extremely resilient to actually, like, survived this and not lost my mind entirely. Like, I could have been just, like, running around in circles screaming, like banging my head against the wall like a crazy person or something. Hello from India. I would teach you English if I wasn't talking like this right now. There's a vein in my head. Man. But yeah, I would teach you English if I wasn't preoccupied in the moment. But yeah, this is my expressing my thoughts and documenting my feelings for the moment, for today, this moment.